So everyone, hi, I'm Rohit. I'm here from Uplift and I'll be quickly taking you through the orientation for the CMA, and a few topics that I'll cover today would be, first we'll start interacting with each other with a little bit of introduction on our professional experiences and everything on the educational backgrounds. Second, we'll discuss a little bit on why we're looking for CMA only, right? And then third, what all itinerary we have in CMA to prepare for and to get through the exam. Then I'll quickly take you through how we can prepare for CMA, where we should focus more on, and what topics we need to get deep into. Though we have to get deep into every topic, but certainly there are certain other topics which hold a higher weightage. That's where we'll focus a little bit more. And then at last, why we need to look for Uplift itself, right? So everyone with me here?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, quickly, I'll just introduce myself. I'm Rohit. I'm lifting almost 10 years of experience, and that's entirely into finance domain. Throughout this journey, I had a privilege to serve 3 different organizations, and I am limited to FP&A itself in these 10 years. However, I have been doing all other than FP&A related activities as well, such as I've been a part of R2R. I've been doing all the integrations of the systems into the system and everything. And I recently did my CMA back in 22 itself. I got my certification, and likewise, I was also a couple of years, not a couple of years, I would say last year itself, I was into your shoes itself while I joined Uplift, and with the study material and the classes we had, I could get through the CMA in one go, right? So this is all about me. At present, sorry, I'll just let you know, at present, I'm serving as a manager in one of the telecom industries in UK. Right. Probably we can get going with Dashrath with you maybe.
Yes, sir. So good evening to everybody. My full name is Dashrath Jagati. I'm from Hyderabad, where I have done my MBA from Koktu University in the year of 2006, and I'm into become general. And I'm working in one of the corporate company. Total, I have 13 years of experience in accounting and finance, and I'm being as a assistant manager one of the corporate company. So why I'm looking for the CMA, where I have ample time of the experience, which I'm not getting the promotions in any of the organizations. So everybody's looking for the either you have any certifications, so that kind of scenario is happening for all the companies. So that I decided to complete a US CMA. So that's all myself. Yeah. You're on mute, I think, sir.
Thanks, Dashrath. Thanks for your introduction. Maybe we can proceed with Kana. Kana, if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening,
Perfect.
everyone. Good evening, everyone. I am Kana Agrawal, and I am currently pursuing Bachelor in Accounting and Finance from NM College, Mumbai. And I completed my 12th schooling from Delhi Public School, Bhilai. And I want to pursue CMA US because I want to shuttle up and do a job experience in some foreign countries, like outside India, to gain the exposure of accounting and finance. Like, what's the difference we treat there and here? Like, we in general, we hear a lot that there is a lot of difference in the corporates working there and corporates working in India. So in practical, I want to judge the difference between that, and also I want a great exposure in finance world. That's why currently also I am pursuing Bachelor in Accounting and Finance only at NM College, Mumbai.
Perfect, Kana. Thank you. And then we have Rajiv also with us.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening,
Hello.
Rajiv.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Rajiv. I am working in Nigeria as a finance head in one of the corporate company. I did my CA Inter in 2012. Then I gave final 4 or 5 times, but it's not clear. So now I am looking for outside India a global course. So that I want to know about CMA. So I'm for my career growth to work more in global world. So that's why I want to do CMA.
Great, Rajiv. Shreya, I think we don't have any more candidates, right? We have 3 to start with.
Yes, you can continue. Or
Okay.
I think no one will be joined now. You
Perfect.
can
Perfect.
continue. If anyone join, he can join in middle of the session.
Perfect. Perfect. Thanks, Shreya. All right. So guys, again, the other topic I was about to discuss was why we are looking for CMA. So I think we already had 3 rounds of the reasons why we are looking for CMA, and the common answer is we are looking to uplift our career, uplift our CV, and get to the next level, right? So yes, CMA does help you get a boost in your career, not only with only the certification you hold, but also the knowledge you learn, knowledge you gain from doing this US CMA. Because in practicality, what all we are doing in our day-to-day job, in our roles in finance sector, CMA covers in depth to all those aspects. All right, we have one more candidate with us, Sandeep. Hi, Sandeep. Can you hear me? Sandeep, you're on mute. If you can hear me, just unmute and let us know. You can write to us if there is an issue with the mic or something. All right, we'll start continuing. Sorry. I'll give you a recent example for CMA, how it can help uplift your career. As an example for me itself, I was stuck at an analyst position for quite a long. So as I told you that I'm lifting almost 10 years of experience, though I was upgrading my salaries and job grades and everything, and the roles or responsibilities as well, but the title I was stuck was limited to analyst, maybe analyst, senior analyst, whatever hierarchy we have in different organizations. But while after did my CMA, soon after I uploaded my CMA certification on the CV, I started getting calls, and trust me, with the knowledge I gained and the background that I had from the experiences that I gained from the previous organizations, I could quickly crack the interview. And it was not only limited to only one interview I could crack. I was fortunate enough to crack multiple interviews, but again, with the considerations of the factors I was looking in and the profile I was getting in, I chose telecommunication to go in. So yes, CMA does helps you uplift your career. So likewise, we have Dashrad is done with almost whole 13 years of experience, and then is holding an AM position in one of the organization, right? Once you are done with CMA, trust me, you will have a lot abundance of knowledge on accounting and other aspects in financial sector that we do day in day out. So that's how you get an uplift, a boost in your career, right?
Sir, if you get certified in the CMA, will you get any foreign country opportunities?
Why not?
Oh, great.
Why not?
Thank you.
Maybe I don't think you were the part of the recent interaction we had with IMA India head, wherein he told us that many companies working for US outside in India are looking for CMA candidates. So I couldn't remember the name of the organization he listed down, but there was one of the organization who was asking for 400 CMAs. So
HCL, I think.
maybe it could be HCL. I couldn't remember the name, but
Great. Thanks, sir.
yeah. So look at the opportunity you have, right? And Kana, you were just doing the, I think you're pursuing the graduation, right? If I'm not
Yes, sir.
wrong. Right. So from day one, if you pursue CMA and hold this certification onto your CV, you not only gain a certification itself, you hold a lot of knowledge behind you. That definitely will kick your career skyrocketing.
Yes. Yeah.
Same as with Rajiv. Rajiv, I think you did with the CA Inter in 2012, and unfortunately, you can pursue it further. But then again, this is the time we have US certifications on serving on the platter for ourselves, and then why not take this as an opportunity and look for career
Yes, yes,
outside our domain itself.
yes, yes, sir. That's why I want to do. I want to do, sir, CMA, because CA final. Lot of time I gave, but 5 number, 10 number. You
I know.
understand. Then family pressure. After a small time, you get family pressure. You need to earn some money for. So then my
Definitely.
study stuff.
Definitely, I understand that stuff.
Oh,
Even I said I work around with some people who couldn't pursue their CA, and then after even doing the CMAs, sorry, after doing the CMA, they're still holding their career right in position where they're looked at. So it's don't restrict it yourself that you couldn't do that thing and then you couldn't get back to the track where you wanted to be. So CMA is the right track for you. Right?
yes,
Any
sir.
question you have? Anything? Just feel free to raise a question. No question is stupid or nothing is out of the box that we have in here. Cool. I'll just continue with it. So CMA and are we all looking to pursue with part 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So, so is there any difference that what is in part 1 and what is in part 2? How both work? Anyone want to give it a try? Cool, no problem. So I'll just let you know a little brief, a little thing that I relate part 1 and part 2 is. So part 1 is something your money is already invested and you're getting the reports, how your money is performing in the market. And part 2 on a very high level is you have ample money with you and what you can do with your money. What all analysis you could do to realize how my money will work for itself and will get more for me. So these are the two major differences between P1 and P2. P1, we learn how to report on money invested and how on the business we are in. And P2 is all about how we can keep our money in control. So the topics we have in part 2 are majorly related to financial statement analysis. We have 6 different topics. So those are like financial statement analysis, corporate finance, decision analysis, risk management, investment decisions, and the ethics, how we are working in an organization. So each and every topic, sorry, hold different weightage to it. Starting with financial statement analysis, it's almost around 20% weightage that it holds in entire CMA exam. And what all it covers is all about the ratios, maybe the liquidity ratios, the leverage, the capital structure, profitability ratios. So again, what I said, how I can make my money, what analysis I can do for my money to invest in some of the business so that it can work for itself and create multiple wealth for me. Right? So it all comprises of the net working capital, activity ratios, all my inventories, all my accounts receivable, all day in, day out operations. Any questions you have in here on section A? All right. Then moving forward, we have corporate finance. So what corporate finance covers? It's basically how I can raise my capital for the for working. Should I look for equity? Should I look for debt? Should I look for other options? How I can how I can manage my working capital? How I can assess the risk and mitigate those risks? What all long-term, short-term obligations that I have that I'll have to face in the business, either it be short-term or the long-term. The very first thing business prepares itself is for the cash flows. Whatever business you are in, there are monthly fixed expenses that business has to prepare itself to at least sorry, to cater to those fixed expenses which they cannot ignore. For an example, it's a salary. If you remember, there would have been many examples in your known or something wherein the company was getting deprived of cash and they had to raise the capital just to make sure they are on their track on the net cash flows, so that they can run day-to-day business operations, they can process the salaries of the employees and everything. So this is, you relate corporate finance to, right? Then is the decision analysis. This sorry, sorry, I just got a bad throat due to the pollution and everything happening in Delhi. So just bear with me for that.
No problem, sir. You're not in UK?
No. I'm working out of India for UK.
Okay, great.
Yeah. All right. And then the decision analysis, which holds this significant weightage in P2, which is 25%, where we need to focus a lot. When I say a lot, it intensifies the weightage that we need to put in this section. Though the section is not at all difficult, if you put in your all efforts, if you relate your work with the book, you will definitely make the maximum out of it. So all that it comprises is the cost volume benefit analysis. So as a high level example, if there are multiple products I'm dealing into, an organization is dealing into, is that pricing that we need to look into to make certain that we penetrate more in the market? Is it the volume that I should look to sell a lot so that I can reach to break even and even earn more profits? Everyone remembers the BCG matrix, right? While we are into finance sector, we would have a chance to get through the BCG matrix. What product we have as cash cows, how product performs to becomes a dog, and then what is the star product that we have, and how a product within this cycle becomes a question mark. These are all certain topics that we cover in decision analysis, along with pricing and margin analysis. So while I'm serving a product, I definitely need to have certain margins to cater to my fixed expenses and then net profit that I should have and hold. No profit is running with not looking for profits. No business is running. Every business in the industry is just for make profits. That's why we have shareholders. That's why shareholders invest their money in the company, and that's where we rotate everything. That's all business is about. Then moving forward, we have a complete stressful topic, which is risk management. Why I say stressful topic? While day in, day out, while you work in an organization, you might be hearing of SOX compliance. That is one of the steps to mitigate the risk. The creator and the approver check that we have. So there are certain other checks that organizations are doing to make sure that we are following the compliance and the legalities where we are working. So that's where we'll get to learn a lot about risk. So risks are not only restricted to the compliance and legality. We have financial risk, we have operating risk, we have strategy risk. Politics is also one of the risks. So if a recent example we have, a couple of examples rather I will put in, the pandemic. Before even pandemic, we had everything was getting manufactured out of China. China was looked as a spine for the manufacturing. But once China was hit with the pandemic and it got into lockdown and everything, and world suffered the availability of the products, then we started exploring the other countries as well. So India came up booming as a second production leader. It could be same as Philippines, Manila, and Vietnam. What all not countries came up, right? So these are again kind of a risk that we face. Second again would be the war that is going on between Russia and Ukraine. So these are the risks that we'll learn a lot about in this segment and how we can mitigate those risks. And then moving on, we have investment decisions. With investment decision is more and more concerned with capital budgeting. If I'm looking to invest in a new machine in a certain business, how much capital do I need to require to fulfill that, so that my business gets into continuity and doesn't have to hold out for a minute to not able to not cater to the customer. So the weightage for this topic is almost 10%, but still we need to focus in that too. Why to lose on that 10% even? And the last topic is ethics, the professional ethics, which is like 15% weightage. And professional ethics is like day in, day out, we perform in the organization, how to behave in the organization with the ethical considerations of one-to-one and ethical considerations under the organizations. So this is all comprised of P2, wherein we have 100 MCQs and 2 essay type questions. Anything you have any question, if I'm not clear?
So in 2 essay type questions, do we have any sub-modules again?
So, sorry, the 2 essay type questions the question is divided into different parts. I think 6 or 7 parts. We have different modules. So it would not be a module, but then it will be a complete set question, which is divided into subset of 6 questions. But the primary question is the one question itself, on which you need to consider that as a basis and need to answer those 6 questions. So that question, complete question, could be a mix of section A or B, what we discussed. It could be a complete section B itself. Don't know what it comes out to be.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Rajiv, Kana, any questions you have?
No, no, sir. Continue.
So everything clear to you? So what do you have in CMA? Perfect. All right. So how best we can prepare CMA? Any heads up you have given before enrolling? I'm just trying to speak.
Sir, I have. Sir, I have one question. Is it possible to continue with the job? You know, corporate world 10 to 12 hours. Sometimes you give 14 hours.
A good question, sir. I was about to ask that.
All right. Valid question. Valid
Ultimate
question.
only anything if you want to do, you need hard work. So how we manage our time? That is the problem.
Exactly. You've given the answer itself. There is no alternative to hard work. But then again, like I said, that I recently did my CMA and hold 10 years of work experience. And I also did it while I was working. But then again, this is your call. You have to give these number of hours to at least see yourself couple of years down the line, getting up the level, getting up vertical level in the organization.
As per your suggestion, how many hours we need to invest on daily basis, sir?
So, Dana, to your question, so likewise, if you hold the financial background in the organization, 10 to 12 hours in a week, if you have your exam schedule in like May, if I say, so 10 to 12 hours in a week would be enough. But then how I made it happen is I did it like 15 hours a week for continuously 3 months. And while I was about to hit my exam, a couple of weeks down the line, I dedicated almost like 10 hours a day. If not 10, then 8 definitely.
You might be, sitting in comfort zone that your organization, but you are sitting on fire. Daily basis, as Sardar said, that more than 12 hours, 13 hours on daily basis, including month end, as you know, that R2R, GL, R2R portion where we need to invest for completely weekends also till we close all the books.
I really understand. But then Kana, then you have to come out of this, you'll have to make your hard work done. There's again no alternate to hard work. If you are spending like 12 hours, you need to manage your work efficiently enough just to make sure that you have to have a hard stop in 12 hours and dedicate yourself for like some sleep and then a couple of hours daily at least. So when I say 10 to 12 hours a week, that sums up to you around maybe 1.5 hour daily, and you can spend 3 hours on every weekend.
Yeah, that's good planning.
That's how you can plan. But then again, there is no alternate to it. You'll have to do it. But once done, hard. It is very hard then said, but then once done, you are through with the hard work, and probably you will have more onto your shoes after you are done with CMA. But then again, the salary structures and the payouts and the levels you get into would recognize you enough, right?
Sir, yeah, I have one more question regarding that. Is 10 to 12 hours per week is sufficient to work out for CMA US?
Why not? So as I said, that if you are planning to do in May, we still have ample of time, 4 to 5 months. So a week we have, if we are spending like 10 hours, 4 weeks in a month, 40 hours, and 5 months. So consider it like to be 200 hours. Why not? We cannot crack. We are putting all in our hard work, efforts.
Sir, both paper is comfortable to give them both paper sufficient time.
Definitely. We still, I remember people in Uplift only who appeared for in single window for part 1 and part 2, and they could clear both the exams in one go. It's just that they push themselves a little more than we are expecting us to.
They may not be working anywhere then. They may not be working anywhere.
No. This is a myth. They were working. They were again holding like 15. What I remember, there was one guy who was holding 15 years of experience. So it is again, just don't consider that no one is working or the other person's situation is better than us. So if we have opted to do it, we'll have to do it. There's no alternative.
That's true.
Yeah. IMA gives us the window for 3 years to complete it, but why to give 3 years if we can do it in a year itself?
And sir, we are the CA background. It help us to grab more.
Why not? Why not? Your efforts get reduced. So if you are already a CA, you are from a CA background, you did enter and appeared for the final as well, you have half the knowledge already. You need a little bit brushing, a little bit more depth, more in-depth knowledge. That is it. So the efforts from your end goes significantly down. Again, like I said,
because I got admission in CPA. I gave one of the paper audit, but I got it 65. But still, I thought time management and like that. So, but still, I thought, what about CMA? Still, I'm not get. It's still passing marks is 75. Scoring marks.
Why to look only? Why you're looking at 75? If the knowledge we have and the the experience we have in our pockets, why only restrict to 75? Why we are bothering ourselves to 75 is a huge number. While you are forecasting the numbers and while you are posting entries in the system.
Our mindset is to get the 50%. You know, we are the CA background, so we need only 50%. That mindset is.
Don't keep that mindset. Trust me, Rajiv. Once you start reading, studying, and gaining the knowledge on it, you'll definitely not have a shadow of fear, you'll definitely get through it. Just need to put in a little effort. Even before, I'll be very honest with you. Now I'm talking to you, I'll be very honest with you. Even before starting to look for CMA, I started studying by myself, even before joining Uplift. And trust me, it was like I had like shiver ran down my spine. I couldn't study at all. I really couldn't study at all. But then I have dedicated myself a couple of hours a day, even though I don't have to study. I'll just sit on my system, on my books. That is it. Doesn't matter. I don't study. I made myself sat for like couple of hours daily for entire couple of weeks, and that's how I started studying small topics. And then I joined Uplift, and they could help me with the classes and everything they provide, and I can get through in one go itself. So again, this is the barrier that you're holding in your head.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. I'll be very blunt, Rajiv. While you're posting, you're looking for the numbers. You're being heading finance department in some of the organization. While you're looking for some numbers and everything, do 75% accuracy makes you happy. There's your answer.
No, I got it, sir. Got it.
There it is. Cool. Any other question I could address? All you need is a little effort. That is it. And once done, trust me, CMAs are required huge in numbers. Huge in numbers. They don't limit they don't limit opportunities in your continents, in your region itself. They have worldwide
Sir.
opportunities. Yeah, Gana.
Yeah, one more thing, like there are two material provided, Hawk and Gleam. So which material we should follow in general, like?
Gana, again, very honest with you, either it be Hawk or Gleam, both are of similar standards. Once you when you start studying through Hawk or maybe Gleam, the language could be different, the concepts and everything is same. So I personally had got a chance to study from Hawk. So for me,
Okay,
I could go in one go. I would prefer Hawk, but I read the Gleam material as well. It is again of the same standards. Nothing significant outside that.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other thing buzzing your mind?
Sir, this exam is we can sit in the home or give the online, or we need to go in the center.
No, not now. CMA is had a collaboration with Prometrics, and they now give, after pandemic, they sorry, they give an option. You can apply for home only, home as well, if not to choose the centers.
Okay. So I will give exam in Nigeria also. There is no issue.
Yeah,
Not to come in India.
No, not a problem. Be comfort at your region.
Okay, sir.
Earlier it was a limitation, but then I think it's not no more any limitation. Considering pandemic and everything, traveling gets difficult, arranging for the centers gets difficult, even arrangement for all the peoples get difficult. So that's why they came up with an option. They can conduct online testing as well.
Do we have an exam center in Hyderabad, sir?
Hyderabad, that I think I'll have to check. I think we have in Delhi, Bangalore, Kolkata.
Kalyani?
Kalyani, if you could help here. Hyderabad, if we have the center for Prometrics. Sorry. I'll just go on a mute for a minute.
Sure, sir. Sir, still you're on mute.
Yeah, Kalyani, we can't hear you. I could see your hand raised. Exam center is there. Perfect. We have an exam center in Hyderabad. That
Yes,
makes your
thank
life
you.
more easy now.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
And
Mhm.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Sir,
Go ahead.
one more thing was there, like how many minimum number of days we should devote towards giving mock examinations. Like for before examination, what's the number of days minimum that we should take for giving only mock examinations?
Kana, well said. How much number of hours you can devote on a daily basis? So how you can see the number of topics we have in these 6 sections, you will be able to done with. For me, I would take 3 months at least to cover each and every single topic on the book I have and run through all the questions already and then appear for the mock. Why to go half prepared in mock? Because that is the exam that will set your confidence level to appear in the final exam. So consider it as a pre-board itself, pre-board only. And I'll shadow more details on how we can prepare for the exam. Maybe once I'm done with taking your questions, and then we'll discuss how we can more prepare for an exam better.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
I'm Suraj. Sir, hello.
Suraj, you're trying to say something. I'm not able to hear you properly.
Sir, is US CMA can be used in India, like non-US companies, in non-US companies?
Suraj, why not? So we have two different things. One is, so while we are doing CMA is talking basics about the accountings and the financial performance reporting, investment decisions in the organization we work in. So that is not only limited to for the organization for US. That is day in, day out operations that we run in even different other than US organizations. That is still helpful. And just to counter your question, Suraj, maybe you heard or not, I work for a UK organization after doing US CMA. Knowledge never goes waste. Probably you get more certain opportunities, more other opportunities. Right? Any other question before we proceed, how we can prepare better for CMA? Though we already have a partial discussion on it. Perfect. All right. How better we can prepare for CMA is something, a certain could be a different answer to everyone, because the learning capacity, the learning curve we can have for each individual would have a certain different degree to it, right? But then from a background like we have been doing, we have people doing graduation, holding being heading the finance department, and other working for like almost 10-12 years in a organization. I would rather suggest again devoting couple of hours daily and try to complete one topic a day. So once we are done with the topic a day, at the end of the day, I try to solve as many questions as available for that particular topic, just to make sure while I go ahead for tomorrow, my part for today is done. So once I'm done with the topic for which I got a chance to do earlier, then I move to other topic tomorrow. So tomorrow when I pick new topic, just before picking a new topic, what I used to do was, and what I would suggest to do is practice at least 5 to 10 questions from the topic that we did yesterday. That doesn't only helps you learn, grab more concepts from the learnings you had yesterday, that will stick longer throughout the preparation you are doing. Because the more practice you do for the past, it sticks throughout. That is how I used to do it. I used to go into the next step, but then again doing a revision of the past. And while I used to done with each and every section on a weekly basis, I used to appear random questions from that particular sections on each week, just to make sure I'm not leaving anything out of my head from the previous section. So that's how I could cemented my feet on the previous topics and learn more on the topics that I was prepared to do in the further days. This was my strategy to place in to clear CMA, and trust me, this helped me a lot to get through in one shot. You might have a different strategy for yourself, because the learning curve because there is a different learning curve for each and every individual. I set my strategy likewise so that I can grab on each and everything and don't miss out anything out of the cracks. If you have any different strategy, probably Dashrath, Kana, Rajiv, Suraj, you can share with the group so they can adapt, maybe if they look like.
Long back, we have completed academics. 15 years back, I have completed my MBA. I don't have any strategies, any planning so far. I'm looking for our Uplift to give the best way to go for and practice that.
Right. So we'll discuss why Uplift. As I said that I had 5 different topics to discuss. So how we prepare is one, and now I'll reach why Uplift. Before I reach out there.
Yeah. So one question to Kalyani. Actually, we are into professional side where we in the morning we log in the evening 6 to 7 we will complete our professional work. After that only we'll get the timings to attend the classes. So when can we expect this class? The part 2 will be start as a live classes, and what would be the timings for this?
So Dashrath, I think Kalyani, if you can answer that.
If not, I can have a separate call to Kalyani tomorrow, sir. No problem.
Yeah, but just to give you a little brief to what I know,
we
are starting with P2 session soon, and probably Kalyani and team Bhaspati maybe for that purpose will reach out to you so that you can fit in the class. Dashrath will start by P2. We have a message from Kalyani, probably you can see.
P2 means that
Part 2.
Tentatively
by 1st December.
Timings, sir. Timings.
Timings will be, if in India, will start at 9, I think. Kalyani, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, 9 to 10:30. So 1.5 hour you get in the class itself.
That's good, sir. It's comfortable for me. Thank you.
You just need to pull an additional hour for the day. That is it.
Yeah, sir.
Dashrath, again, this is again a barrier in your head that you have been long done with the studying and everything for 15 years. Trust me, I was sailing the same boat.
Is it? See, my scenario, sir, I just studied everything my own language. I did not even touch for any English anywhere, and completely government sector, completely from basics to till my MBA, it's everything government sector. I feel my standard is not good, so I need to go through the basic from basics. And also I'm handling more than 20 people in our tour as a being an assistant manager. There are a lot many responsibilities, and also I have a small baby boy who's into 3 years, and I just wanted to put a lot of effort to complete one go for the CMA. So that's why I'm more expecting from Uplift to give the good ideas and strategies. Yes.
So Dashrath, what you are saying to me, you are already put in a lot of efforts. So you have dusted your efforts a lot to make your future bright, right?
Yes.
And then why not put a little bit more?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, I have one question. In the India market, lot of institutes coming to provide CMA CPA courses, but what the benefit I will get from? What is the difference I can get from Uplift?
All right. So I'll just start with the topic, then while Uplift, right? So again, Rajiv, to answer your questions, we have many players in the market, right? but how many players would take effort for you and would counsel you from day one to how we can prepare better day by day? I had an experience of like couple of more players in the market. I took the test classes and everything, but why I choose Uplift was one of the reason, because I feel very much comfortable studying with them, with the faculties we have. Sanjay sir and Ganpati sir, they hold almost like 20 plus experience in finance, and with Ganpati sir, he is the CFO of some of the organization down south. And then the examples they throw are not the ordinary or the nominal examples they throw. So Rajiv, trust me, if you are heading a finance, they would relate your knowledge with the work you must be putting in. You must be doing day in, day out. So it makes your life easier to understand the concepts. And they
Rohit, can I add some few
Sure,
inputs?
Kalyani. Go ahead, please.
First of all, I'm really sorry. There was a technical end at my end, for which I was unable to answer few of the questions. Okay, coming to Rajiv's question, what Rohit has rightly added, that definitely you get to learn from the senior most faculty members who are holding more than 30 years of experience. So the classes, the live classes which Uplift is providing, it is on regular basis. The duration, we have kept it a shorter duration so that we understand most of our students are working professionals. So getting back to class after 10-15 years of professional work, you are now again getting back to the study mode. So there is the balance between the professional commitment and personal commitment is definitely a pressure for all of you. Therefore, what Uplift has done is that we have kept our classes flexible so that each student, no matter he's a professional, no matter he's an academic student, can attend the class at their own comfort pace. Secondly, in the live classes, as Rohit has added, when you're attending a live classes, that too from experienced mentors, there are various examples discussed in the class which will help you to take your CMA examination journey more effective manner. So apart from the regular classes from Monday to Saturday, we are also providing weekend classes. Now in these weekend classes, we conduct revision classes. So throughout the week, whatever you have been taught in the class, or by any chance specifically for those students who are unable to attend the live class, they are dependent on the recording. So what you do, you go through the recordings, and on Sundays you can clarify the doubt. And apart from these live classes, once the portions are covered, there will be mock assignments. On the basis of your mock assignments evaluation, we will be allowing the students to go for the for the final exam. So Rajiv, one thing I can assure you, that you need to give your 20%, Uplift will give their 80%. But the only the right attitude that Uplift expects from the student is the dedication. So you dedicate yourself. Definitely CMA US is a course which requires hard work, but it is on our effort. In order to, rather to make it a hard work, let us make it a joyful journey so that each one of you turn out to be a CMA US. I hope that answers your question. If you still have any doubt, you can get it clarified by Rohit, or after the session, we can have a talk. Thanks, Rohit. You can continue.
Yep, Kalyani, thank you. And Rajiv, just to add on my 2 cents on what Kalyani mentioned, how many players would provide you the reachability to faculties whenever you want? Uplift does that. You're practicing a question in a day broad light and you got stuck anywhere, just put on a message. As soon as the faculty is available, you'll get the response for it. I really doubt the other players would be providing that. So that's why what Kalyani mentioned, that you need to put in your 20-25% of efforts, rest is done by Uplift. All you need to show is the dedication and determination. Just stay regular with the classes, with the strategies that you follow for yourself. You'll be done and dusted with the CMA ASAP. And any in any case you feel any barrier studying it or face any issue throughout, you have multiple people to reach out to escalate whatever you feel like. The study materials also they provide, and the classes recording sessions they provide are good enough to get through the exam. And just to add more to it, we have doubt clearing sessions also. And the number of students are not restricted, that if there are a couple of people or maybe 3 and we are not conducting that class, that is not going to happen. So every individual is given equal weightage. I hope I was able to answer it. Any other thing that we have?
No.
Cool. Any questions? We are still have 9 minutes on our hand. Don't let that go waste. Any other hindrance you have in your head?
Sir, can you tell me about the placements that we can get if we do CMA?
So, if I am hearing you right, you're asking about the placements after CMA,
Yes,
right?
Yes,
Perfect.
sir.
Perfect. So, Suraj, Uplift already has a collaboration with multiple organizations, with the people sitting in the higher benches and with IMA itself, and any job posted and any job requirement they have, we get through Uplift as well. And once you join, you'll see a lot of job openings and requirements for US CMAs. Starting from the freshers till the number of years of experience that you hold, we have a lot of requirements. So again, you need to have trust in yourself.
Can I add one more line here, Rohit?
Sure, Kalyani.
Suraj, talking about the placement, as Rohit said, IMA US is the association who will be rewarding you at the end of your CMA journey with the CMA US certification. So they have certain recruitment tie-ups with big shots companies like Oracle, Amazon, Larsen and Toubro, PwC, HP. So no doubt you will be getting job opportunities from these organizations. Whenever there are vacancies available in the respective organization, IMA does a promotion, and Uplift being an official provider of IMA US, we will also be providing the circulation among the students or our students. Plus, Uplift is also having its own placement team who on daily basis updates their students with the various opportunities. And one most important factor of Uplift is that since our majority of students are working professionals, you will be added to the WhatsApp student forum where you guys can be connected with other students, and therefore you can reach out to the other students who are working at a senior level for the various opportunities. So we do have students who have helped each other with their internal hiring also. So do not worry about the hiring part. The moment you start your US CMA journey, I would advise each one of you to upgrade your resume, and in various job portals, you can start adding as CMA US aspirant or pursuant. So this will actually help you to come in the limelight of the recruiters who are looking for professionals holding these professional certification. Suraj, I
Well,
hope that
Suraj,
answers your question.
Yeah, I have one more question. Like, what's the average package that CMA?
Okay, yeah. Talking about the CMA US, average package for the freshers, the average starting salary is about 4.5 to 5 lakhs. And for the experienced professionals, they can expect a growth of 40 to 50% on their current takers. package. But again, I would like to add on here that the salary package or the remuneration part, it depends on various factors. Definitely CMA US is one of the stepping stone that will help you to fetch a decent salary that with a professional certification. But again, it also depends on the factors like the company hiring you. If you are being hired by a multinational company, definitely the salaries are divided as per the grade, grade wise. So everything depends on on the overall inputs, your experience, your education, your skills, your knowledge, and definitely your outcome, how you present yourself in front of the interviewer. But with the CMA US certification, you can expect a salary between 4 to 4.5 lakh as a fresher. And down the line, when you gain experience, as you keep on, as you continue your work experience journey, you can expect for the, say, suppose a person having 5 years of experience and above, they can expect a salary hike of 50% on the present CTC.
And also,
Does
so there
that
is no upper cap to the number.
Sir, what is the passing percentage in CMA? Like in CA, 10%, 8%. What about in this course?
It is
If
not about the
100
percentages. We need to score 360 minimum.
I think he's asking for the average passing
Yeah,
percentage.
So I don't think there is any average passing percentage that IMA plans. Once you score 360 in the exam, you're through with it. And as I said in this from the start, that US CMAs are high in demand. So there is no certain average passing percentage that they set.
I think he wants to know the overall passing percentage,
yeah.
like CAs and ICWA.
Okay.
So Rajiv, the overall passing percentage for CMAs across the globe is between 40 to 55%. So you can understand IMA US is now having more than 1 lakh members as CMA US. So when we compare with our Indian CA and ICWA, CMA US is having a better passing percentage compared to the Indian professional certification. Does that clear your question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any other thing that we can take? So how many of you are looking to appear in May window? If not Jan, Feb.
Not May, sir. June, July, right?
May, June.
I think
Sir,
June, July.
May. Sir, May.
Myself
Perfect,
also
perfect,
June, July.
Rajiv.
I think Kalyan is June, July, right? It's May.
No, we have May and June.
May, June. Yeah, May, June.
May. I'm also planning, sir.
Okay, perfect. So I think you should start preparing for it right away.
Right. Yes, sir. Sir, accounting side where I applied for the H1 visa, none of the vendor is not ready to take for the H1 file. So I don't know how we will get an opportunity in US companies in H1 visa.
So once you're applying by yourself for H1, if you read the news, the queue is got a lot bigger. But once you get the sponsorship from the organization and they need a US CMA candidate, there will be no limit to it. There will be no queue for you.
No, that's why we are not getting any sponsorship for accounting. So everybody is asking for the IT jobs. Since we are holding accounting experience, none of the vendor is not ready. None of the consultants is not ready to take the accounting people. How we need to approach them?
I really doubt this. I've seen people moving to Canada and US even recently.
With accounting courses, Canada is that's correct, but Canada is for the problem is IELTS. They're expecting
that
8.5 brand.
But then again, I've seen people moving to UK, US also.
Easy.
It's not restricted that those are not allowed. There might be some. I'm not sure the right path you are following or not. maybe once in the organization I have been into, and I've seen people around, they have been moving to Europe, US, Canada, and whatnot.
Let's see, sir. Once I get my certification, definitely I'll try for that. But that's also age factor.
I don't think so, Dashrath. If you have a bank of knowledge with you, age wouldn't be a barrier.
Great, sir. Good, good. Thanks so much for your support and explanation.
Any other thing that we can take? Any other question you have? All right. So Kalani, I think we are good to end this call, and probably we have a couple of people who will be writing exam in May, June window.
Sure. We talking about the new class, we will be making an announcement very soon, and accordingly the new students will be receiving the invitation. So the tentative date as of now is 1st of December.
Perfect. So a week's more time, and then we have our classes get going. All right. So hope to see you all in the classes. Yep. Dashrath, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So for time being, since we start the classes on December 1st, meanwhile, I would like to go through some of the videos in YouTube. I'm just checking many videos in YouTube. Please suggest me which institute, which person is giving the good ideas and planning strategies, and which one we need to refer in the YouTube.
Regarding the strategies, what strategy?
How we need to pass the CMA, and also the classes. So there are many people are giving the good ideas in the
Dashrath, there is no one better to understand you better. Your routine. How many number of hours you are doing in job, how many number of hours you are spending at home with kids and all. It's you who has to take certain time out of the daily routine. So you will have to make a strategy for yourself.
Thank you.
Videos can only guide you. You can take a couple of hours time down there, here, and where not. But then again, no one knows you better.
Yeah. And also simultaneously, we need to improve our typing skills, right, sir? Typing skills.
Yes, a little bit. Yes,
Yeah.
because for CMA essay questions, we need to have write a long answers. That is required. But then
Thank
again,
you.
that can be done with the practice.
Yes. Thank you, Rohit, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so
All
much.
right, Dashrath. All right. See you soon in the classes. And wish
Thank you
all the
so
luck.
much, sir.
Wish you all the
Thank
luck
you.
from your window.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Kalyan.
Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Rohit.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Happy weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too, sir.